Hi, I'm Danielle Lewis, owner and CTO, that's Chief Travel Officer of Selfish Me Travel, here with the latest travel industry news. Early September, Morocco suffered a devastating earthquake in the Atlas Mountains region, which is about 40 miles outside of Marrakesh. A few walls in the Jewish quarter and the famous Jema el Fana, Medina, crumbled, but Marrakesh was largely unaffected. Ouarzazate, on the other hand, known for its mud buildings, its beautiful mud buildings, and Richard Branson's Casbah Tamando in the Atlas Mountain region, are heavily damaged. And that is also where most of the deaths occurred. I have a small women-only group traveling to Morocco in April 2024, so I'll be keeping an eye out for any news. Speaking of disasters and recovery, Hawaii is urging travelers to come back to Maui after the fires that devastated the west side of Maui and Lahaina in particular, because there are many other places and areas on Maui to visit. Plus, the whole state is working very hard to get the west side of Maui back into the tourism shape. New York City got dumped on literally last Friday, by a torrential rainstorm that backed up sewers, flooded subway stations, and snarled traffic for hours. In Europe, Paris is reporting a serious bedbug infestation that has taken over buses, the metro, theaters, and Charles de Gaulle Airport. I just had a small group of women return from London and Paris last week, and thankfully there's been no reports of bedbugs from them. I'm not discounting the other reports because Paris officials are taking it very seriously and are worried about the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. Amsterdam is increasing tourist taxes for land and cruise guests in 2024. You'll see the 12.5% increase on your hotel bills and cruise invoices. And that increase will make Amsterdam the most expensive when it comes to tourist taxes in all of Europe and the fourth highest tourist tax in the world. Starting sometime in 2024, Iceland will implement a new tourist tax from international visitors to protect its nature and environments. In other EU news, the ETIAS, which is the European Travel Information and Authorization System, better known to some as the EU visa, that will start to set in 2024. It was set to begin in 2024, is now rumored to have run into problems that will push it to 2025. However, the ETIAS website still says coming in 2024. So stay tuned. This week, London's Gatwick Airport had to limit its daily flights because of staff sickness, mostly COVID. It's still out there. The Omicron subvariant, I can't remember the name, is it's powerful. So please take care when you travel. In U.S. news, passport processing time just got 2 weeks faster. Yes, the U.S. State Department announced that processing times are now 8 to 11 weeks, or now take 8 to 11 weeks for routine service and 5 to 7 weeks for expedited services. So if your passport is in processing, let me know if you get it in 8 to 11 weeks or 5 to 7 weeks for expedited. U.S. airline pilots agreed to a new deal. However, Southwest airline pilots agreed to go on strike near the end of October. We'll see how all that goes. Late September, Delta announced some major changes to their frequent flyer program, termination of rollover miles in 2024, how medallion qualifying miles, MQM segments, MQS and dollars, MQD are earned, and Delta Sky Club Lounge access limitations for Delta Amex and Amex Platinum card holders in 2025. Delta loyalists were outraged over these drastic changes and shouted their feelings all over social media. The outrage was so loud and ugly that now Delta execs are backpedaling. They say they will review the changes, but one thing that stood out to me is when the CEO said, "We probably went too far and too fast." To me, that means those changes will still go into effect, but perhaps not as soon as originally planned. In Florida, the Brightline train between Orlando Airport, MCO, and Central Miami launched September 22nd, 2023. MGM Resorts had a major cybersecurity issue last month that nearly shut down everything in its casinos and resorts around the world. It took 10 days to get everything back online. The federal government shutdown was delayed 45 additional days. Biden signed a 45 delay funding for the U.S. federal government. That puts a possible shutdown right before Thanksgiving. If it does shut down, if the federal government does shut down, it will affect air travel the most, especially if the shutdown is long and drawn out, because while TSA and air traffic controllers are considered very essential, they will be working without pay. Now, would you show up? I'm just saying. October is Planet Cruise Month, so let's get to the cruise news. Carnival Cruise Lines increased their drink package prices. The $10 per person increase on short cruises, 3, 4, and 5 night cruises, will go into effect this coming Sunday, October 8th, 2023, and for all other cruises, December 1st, 2023. Norwegian Cruise Lines is increasing solo accommodations across its fleet by more than double starting January 2nd, 2024. That's almost 1,000 dedicated solo staterooms across 19 ships. Norwegian says it's serious about its solo travelers because some of the cabins are ocean view and balcony and not designated into the 7th layer of hell, inside cabin. And on some ships, there's going to be a special key card entry only access to a place called Studio Lounge. The Studio Lounge features a dedicated space for solo travelers to socialize and is equipped with a bar offering beer and wine and a variety of snacks served daily. Now, I might be done with the mass market super ships, but when they do their best for solo travelers like me, I'm going to ring their bell loudly, okay? Staying with Norwegian Cruise Lines, they are bringing Wheel of Fortune to the main theater on 16 ships by spring 2024. Of course, Pache Jack is retiring, so he's not coming. He's not going to be on board, but Wheel of Fortune you'll be able to play on 16 ships, Norwegian Cruise Line. And finally, I often get asked why small group travel costs more than big bus tours. Well, companies like Gate One and Globus and Trafalgar and Colette and all those can guarantee or block a certain number of rooms for a certain number of weeks each year. So, of course, the hotels and other travel suppliers are going to reduce prices for them. They bring a busload of 40 to 50 people, that's 20 rooms, and they're paying for them in advance. So, yeah, a one-time small group trip can't guarantee anything. However, the small group trip is more customized and intimate than the big bus tours could ever dream of. And depending on where your tour is, the big buses need to stay outside the city limits. Big buses cannot maneuver in those tight inner city streets. Please note, I sell both. If you don't mind the big bus tours with 50 of your closest friends, I will get you what you want. If, on the other hand, you want something more tailored, more customized, more personalized, more bespoke, I will get you what you want or offer one of my future small group trips. Stay tuned. This is Danielle of Selfish Me Travel, a full-service travel agency with a focus on helping busy women plan selfishly indulgent culinary and wildlife vacations around the world. Let me take care of the stress of research and planning while you sit back, relax, and enjoy your time away. Peace.